What's going on, YouTube? How's everything going? Just give me a second here. I got a video to talk about today. I think it's pretty interesting, and I'm gonna call this one, "Are you too talented to succeed?" Are you too talented to succeed? Now, what do I mean by that? Let me start this off with an example. So, I'm doing my trade show, and most of my neighbors are from Asian descent, Koreans, Chinese, you have it, right? All with their businesses. So this one particular guy, he knew it was my first year, and I don't mind taking advice, right? But the way this guy was giving advice was, he was like, you need to stand out in the aisle and you need to pull the people in. You need to do this way. You need to put this hat on. You need to wear this. You need to do this. And every day he was just continuously telling me what I need to do. But then when I noticed when he would go to his booth, he would sit down in his chair. And then I heard a lot of Confucius statements. I'm not trying to pick fun at the Asian people, but no. They really believe in this guy. So they'll tell you a lot of like Confucius statements. So my neighbor was telling me, you know, sometimes a man is too talented. If a man dig one hole, he can monitor that hole and he can pay attention to that hole. But if you have a man that dig too many holes, it's a big problem. So basically what he was trying to say is that sometimes people are so talented that they try to do so many different things, right? And not one thing is accomplished. You see, the same guy that was giving me advice about, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that. This guy was bankrupt in his business. He was actually at the show working for somebody else. So he had a business just like all of us. But his business left his hands. Now he's working for someone else. And he's telling us, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm just like, And even when it comes to, you know those guys out there and gals who are real brainiacs, right? And when you sit down with them, they want to argue you on every issue because they know everything. They hate the fact if you prove them wrong in anything, instead of them accepting it, they will actually become upset with you. How dare you tell me I'm wrong? How dare you? See, I hate to say it this way, but one characteristic I've seen in entrepreneurship that is a good trait to have is to pretend to be dumb. And when I say pretend to be dumb, not really pretend to be dumb, actually be dumb. Be the dumb guy in the situation or the dumb gal. Why? Because when you go in a situation not acting like the expert, nobody expects much. So anything they see from you that you do is actually a surprise to them. And a surprise to yourself. But see, when you humble yourself when it comes to knowledge, you'll be like a sponge and you'll soak everything in. Versus when you tell somebody, you need to do it this way, you need to do it this way. Actually what that is inside is that maybe that person isn't doing what they need to do. And they're trying to impress you to say, hey, you need to do it this way because they didn't do it that way. You know? But yeah, I mean, sometimes I think having that brainiac attitude, you know those guys were just like, if you you misspell the word, you don't know that? Come on. You know, those type of people, you can't go through life like that. Like, hey, look, I'm a student from the cradle to the grave. So that means that I need to be in a constant learning environment for the rest of my life. Never walk around like as if you know it all. Because at that point, what happens is you close these and no information can come in to change your life. It can't come in. If you think about it, if you know it all, what do you got to learn from someone? If you come to someone and they're not doing it the way that you are doing it, it's wrong in your eyes. But there's many ways to do something and make it happen. And one of the ways I've learned that is by traveling. Many countries are doing things and making things happen, but they're definitely doing things far different from the way we do things in America. I mean, do you know any guys like this? Are you yourself maybe the same person? I've actually ran into a few people that said, hey, you misspelled a word. You need to go back to school. Or whatever it may be. You know, the people are just getting weird with this. They're just, they don't want to be in a world where people make mistakes. They're in this perfect world. I think maybe the perfect people come from Planet X. So maybe they just happen to be here on Earth with us, sharing some space. And they're actually perfect people. They don't make mistakes. Only us. Only the Earthlings make mistakes. So I'm thinking about it. So if this is you, I would just like to give you this advice. You can't learn anything when the mouth is moving. You can't take the things you need to take in when you know it all. So today, become a student of knowledge and walk in a situation, ask questions. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I don't know that. I really don't know what you're talking about. Could you please explain? There's nothing wrong with that. You're a human being. Some of the most successful people I've seen are people that say, I don't know a lot. I don't know the answer to that question. Can you inform me about what that means? Can you show me what that means? Asking questions can put you in a whole different light. God knows I love to ask people questions because I like to learn. Sometimes when you ask a question, you figure things out. So, that's all I have to say, guys. It's your first time coming to the channel. Welcome. Glad to have you. Please subscribe. And until next time, signing off.